Did you know converting a van into a camper van could quite easily ruin your entire life? This is actually very serious, not clickbait or anything like that. This could happen. That's better. This whole video is basically going to be based towards those people who are trying to do van life on a standard car license, but since they've had their car license later than 1997. Basically, if you pass your test after 1997, this one's for you. And that's because if you passed a car test before 1997, you were granted something called grandfather rights, which means you can drive a 7.5 ton truck on your standard car license. Obviously, nowadays you send it off, it gets updated and stuff like that. But after 1997, you've just got a standard car license. Legally, you're only allowed to drive up to 3.5 ton. Get this. That's all I can drive, which to be fair is mad bizarre considering I've got a coach driver's license on my driving license and I can drive up to a 26 ton coach fully laden, but yeah, I can't drive a 5 ton van. You can't even say, well, if it's overweight, I'll just upplate it, because that'll be illegal too. You'll have to find your weight plate. So mine's just inside the driver's door just there, and it says this van can only take 3.5 ton, and there's the different axle weights and stuff. So I know for a fact this van is rated to 3.5 ton, and that's good because that's all I can drive on the road. I actually went and got this van weighed, fully converted, but I converted it myself, and I didn't really think weight too much into it, so to speak. I mean, I've got a whole big massive tub of paint that's gone all down there. There's loads of weight inside a van that you don't really understand how many screws are inside your self-built van. I'm parked by a road, can you tell? It all adds up. I got this van weighed and I was quite nervous to come off the scales and go to him and see what he said. He gave me this little piece of paper. This van weighed 3,340 kilograms. That means I've got 160 kilograms worth of leeway underneath the weight limit. Problem is, I jumped on that weigh bridge with half a tank of fuel and only about 10 litres of water in my water tank. So if I'm fully loaded, chances are I'm going to be overweight. Not just that, let's go for a walk. Even if I'm running around with half a tank of fuel and next to no water in the water tank, I still can't take a cake-loving passenger without being overweight. Now you've got two scenarios here. If you are converting something like a big minibus, a big LiTime van, something like that, something that's a 5 ton chassis, and it will say on that weight plate, and you do only have a car license after 1997, meaning you can only drive up to 3.5 ton. If you get caught doing that, you imagine you've spent a year converting this into a luxury home on wheels. You've got rid of your house, you're in the van, you go on your adventure. You get pulled over by the DVSA, which are basically the transport police, and they turn around, send you on a weighbridge and say, you're not entitled to drive this vehicle. So what we're going to do, we're going to impound your vehicle. If they're being really funny, they get the police involved, which normally they will be in that scenario. The police could take your driving license off you. You imagine you're left with no home, no van, no driving license. What are you going to do? That's going to ruin your life. But if you're in a 3.5 ton van and you get caught being overweight, well, what's most likely to happen is they're going to fine you per axle weight, dependent on how far over the weight limit you actually are. So for that van, I've got to keep it underweight. I'm a driver by trade, so I see all these DVSA waypoints and stuff, and I speak to a few of the DVSA representatives, the traffic officers and stuff like that, and they've told me they're going to crack down on self-converted camper vans in tourist locations this summer. So you go to places like Cornwall, be careful. I decided to come out for a walk. I'm in a forest somewhere like Cambridgeshire sort of Thetford-y sort of area. It's quite nice. I've heard there's a lot of deer kicking around here, so that's why I decided to come for a walk down here, see if I can see a deer, get some steps in. I was quite disheartened. I checked my step counter on my phone last month, at the end of last month, and I'd only done 121,000 steps last month, when in reality to do 10,000 steps a day, that's going to be 300,000 steps. So I'm on this sort of kick now, like, yeah, I could do with going for a bit of a walk, up in the sort of fitness level a little bit. You wouldn't think that this was like proper full deep winter, would you? I may as well make the most of this, because I'm going to be living house life for 2 days after this. It's only because I've got a couple of big deliveries coming for the new campervan build. It's not a campervan build, the new interior and stuff for the van. Oh god, it's a bit windy. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I've got a few bits coming, big bits. I need to be in for them to be there. Nobody's actually going to be in, so I've got to make my way back there and be in. I think I've got 3 days worth of stuff coming, some big stuff as well. I'm looking forward to that. So join me tomorrow when I'll be back in the house life. So today, while everybody's at work and colleges and schools and stuff, I'm sort of left on my own devices. That can't be good. You see, I've got this school wrap. It's not that big, but I was thinking in that sort of section there, going all the way around the front, leave it going directly over that so it gives it like a ghostly appearance. Gotta give it a good clean and a wipe down before I even attempt to do it. If it's ugly, I'm just going to class it as a stone chip repair.
Ah, that sucks. It doesn't fit. It's too short.
Let's come up with another bad idea. I've cut it into two lamps. What I'm thinking is that white bottom piece, but only as far as the outside of the lights, and then on the top of the bonnet, just a 20cm piece on the top of the bonnet. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, that's the first one. It's just taped on for now. I've got to take the sticky back off it and tape it down, and I've got the heat gun out to be able to do it, and then obviously do the same down the bottom. But this is going to look so stupid, it's probably actually going to be quite good. Yeah, that's a really, really bad job. Look at how wonky it is just from where I've heated it up to try and stick it, and all the creases. Yeah, that's not repairable. Instead of doing that, because that's too big of a piece, I crease it up, I ruin it far too much, I'm going to try and dechrome the van. I've got the badge, that chrome strip at the top, and the piece above the top of the headlights. I got to admit, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. I mean, look, you've got schools everywhere, all the way across, all over the top of the lights as well. I've got to do the badge. I'm thinking with the badge, I'm just going to get a piece, stick it on, heat it up, and then just sort of press it in and into all the grooves, so it'll be like ghostly. Ooh, I don't know, but it's one of those things that's kind of stupid funny. You look at it and you just can't help but giggle and smile, or look at it and go, what's that? Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He doesn't look very happy either. Oh, I don't know. Let's go park it over the road and then you can proper stand back and have a look then. I mean, it's better than chrome at least. This is either going to have to wait for it to grow on me, or it's coming off very, very soon. The headlining's just arrived. Look at that for a design. It's like a hexagon embossed suede, but not just that, it's a padded one as well, so it's going to add some like insulation to it. It's not cheap. RC Fabrics, if you want to check it out. Look at how nice that is. It's a whole lot better than what's up there right now, isn't it? But then, on top of that, the Bobble VANZ water heater, that's just arrived as well. You should have seen Danielle proper laughing at me when I opened up the Bobble VANZ and I'm reading through all the wiring diagrams and everything else, because it comes with something called a Solaris, which normally is when your batteries are fully charged, it throws any excess energy that's coming into the van from either the solar or the DC, and it trickle charges back to your starter battery, keeping your starter battery warm. Well, not warm, but charged. However, the Solaris that's come with that is got a wiring diagram so that when your batteries are fully charged, say you're on a drive up to Scotland and your batteries are fully charged from your DC to DC and your solar within the first 2 hours of driving, the next 3 hours of driving it's going to be trickle charging some energy, free energy, to the water heater, warming up the water inside the water heater with the free excess energy that the solar and the DC to DC are charging. It confused me a little bit. We're sort of getting loads of stuff just delivered. There's the Max Dome fan for the top of the shower. We've got all the plumbing bits and bobs for the water heater to go round to the shower. Some more water pumps, cabling, that's ducting for the diesel heater. Some LED lights, there's loads of stuff. This is a kit to be able to push the fuel for the diesel heater straight from the actual fuel tank. We've got loads of stuff and loads more coming. Now that everything's arrived, I'm still here for the rest of the day because I told them I would be. So while they're out, I'm going to go for a walk. There's Rivington Pike. I've been dying to get back up there. I used to walk it all the time, but since then I've discovered how to online order Domino's pizza. Things have gone downhill since then, so I want to go up, have a little play. I've got some new toys that I bought for the summer, which I want to have a play with, and this is the perfect place to have a play with them too. Coming to the back of the van because I need to escape house life. Being in the four walls, it's driving me insane. So I'm setting up my backpack. This is my new toy that I want to play with. I got myself some binoculars. The amount of times I've been like on the coast and I've looked out and gone, what's that bird over there? Or what's that person doing in that van all the way down there? I want to have a look. So I got myself some binoculars. Let me tell you about them. 10 times magnification with a 42mm objective lens, giving you an ultra wide field of view. That means at 1,000 meters distance, you get a 303 foot wide field of view. They're waterproof with an anti-fog with extendable lenses just to make it a little bit more comfortable on both your hands and your eyes when you're looking through them. They have a magnesium chassis making them ultra light, a microfiber carry case and neck strap to make things extra comfortable for you. You can even get a version of these with a tripod attachment on the bottom. Doesn't the van look good? Just sat there loving life. I was so surprised with the weight of my van when I got it on the scales. Oh no, to be fair, I weren't. I expected it to be overweight. So for it to be underweight, perfect. But with me only having 160 kilos left over, I can't take a single cake-loving passenger without being overweight. So I'm currently running around with half a tank of fuel at most. When I need to stop and fill it up, I will. 10-20 litres of water, that's about it. Just have to fill it up more frequently. I still find it very bizarre that legally I can drive a coach that's 15 metres long, rear steer, can take up to 26 tonne. Yeah, I can't drive a 7.5 tonne box van around London. I don't know, it's just bizarre. I can literally drive a 16-seat minibus that was based off a 5 tonne chassis minibus van. Yeah, I can't drive the actual van version of that. It's weird, but it's the law, so we have to abide by it. Oh wow, the sights you can see, I'll be able to see everything from miles away. Check this out. Can you see that boathouse? Yeah, that's nestled all the way down there. Huh. Let's see if we can find it again. There's the farmhouse, and where's the boathouse? Where is the boathouse gone? Ah, there he is. Sorry, I've got to try and angle the footage perfectly. That's why you got the little... There we go. There's the boathouse. So it's like tucked away all the way down there. To that clear, I can see the name on the sign. And that's stable as well. Normally you can see the juddering and stuff. I can actually see the sign. What is it? Wait there. JP Boating. Enough playing with them for now. I need to get up this hill. But if I can get up and down fairly quickly, I've heard of a new campervan shop not too far away that does all like the awnings and stuff. Wouldn't mind going and have a look there. I think it's about an hour away from here and about 40 minutes away from my partner's. I've got to be back by 4 o'clock, so I've got to pick up one of the kids. I'm becoming domesticated now. Been in the house 3 days. Domesticated me isn't a good me. When I'm on this section of this hike, you always find me looking over there. And that's because once in the winter, last winter, I saw all the deer going to rut and they were going to hide in all the bushes, and that's where they slept all day. It'd be wild cool if I seen them today. It's the last push up the big lump. Now this is normally where I start to feel it in my legs and my lower back, just sort of really straining to get up there. But this time, considering I've figured out how to use Domino's pizzas online, I was expecting me to struggle a lot worse. But to be fair, 1 foot in front of the other, not a problem. And you guess what? I made it up to the summit, no problem at all. Granted, I was out of breath, but that's to be expected when you climb up a big lump like this. I love the view, especially with that sky. Look at me all windswept. But I've got two options now. One, it only took me 40 minutes to get down, so it's 20 to 12. So I have got enough time to go to the caravan camping place, but I've had a thought on the way down. So they sell like awnings and all that sort of stuff. I can go there, not buy anything, or go there and spend a fortune, or I can go to my electrical guy and B&Q and pick up some bits that I actually do need for the van conversion. I suppose I'm going to be responsible and actually go to the electrical guy. It'd be nice to see him again. He's an absolute wonder. I went to a campervan conversion place because in the past I've had like a van almost catch fire because of wiring sizing was wrong that I picked. So every time I do something wiring now, I went around to this campervan conversion place and said, is this correct? Just double check in my own mind. And he said, we don't do electrics, mate. We send them over to this person. This person just so happened to be a tow bar fitting company, but he's a master with 12-volt electrics. So every time I go around, I see him. He obviously all sells all the stuff that I need as well, but I've got to go pick up something or get advice on something and pick something up from him, and then go to B&Q. I'm looking for a shower trap, maybe a new plug hole for the sink, because currently my sink hasn't got a plug on it. I haven't found a plug that fits in it, so I might just have to get the whole new trap. I don't know, let's go and find out. PF Jones tow bars, I think they're called. I don't know, they're near Wigan. Let's go. Got what I needed. I always go there with the intent to buy something, and I always end up staying there for a good hour talking, asking him all the questions that I don't know the answers to. And I'm no good with 240-watt electrics, 240-volt electrics, general household plugs. So he just gave me all the advice I need for that. There you are, PF Jones, quality service value. Next stop, B&Q. Yeah, it's that time again. Let's go spend some money. Gotta check the clearance aisle first, haven't you? Ooh, more broken tats. There's loads in here. I mean, I don't even know what that is. Why have I got a strimmer? Oh, that's why. Showers.
That one. Yes. Problem is, I've already got the shower head. I just need that bit there. I was looking for a shower tray, the drain thing, but they really haven't got the one that I'm looking for. And it's not on clearance. Ended up getting everything that I wanted. I got myself me shower plug hole. So I'll always want to have like a button so that it like plugs it, just so stop anything coming up into the van really. But I also got one for my sink, because my sink, if that fits, I don't know whether that's going to fit, but my sink currently doesn't have a plug, so it's a pain in the butt to bloody wash up. Antifreeze, temperatures about to plummet, and I picked up that strimmer for a tenner. I don't know why, but I picked up a strimmer for a tenner. Who doesn't love bargain hunting? Anyway, that's me done for this video. If you're new around here, please subscribe. Peace out, guys.